I am Margaret Rose. I am a costume designer here in Los Angeles, California. I design and make costumes for people all over the world. I started out performing on stage and found myself working backstage and enjoyed designing the costumes and making everybody feel good in their clothes. So I continued to do it. Each show and each character has its own requirements and gives you inspiration. Every character has a necessity in order to change that actor into whatever he's supposed to be or whoever he's supposed to be. So it gives you questions to answer, and that helps you create the character with the actor or dancer or performer, or answer the questions. Well, for me, it was because I knew what I needed on stage. I knew what I wanted to get out of a costume, and I shared that with other people and went on to do it continuously. But I don't think it would inhibit a designer, although some designers don't answer the right questions. So yeah, I think it helped me. Yeah. Well, everybody that calls me or emails me through PartyPOP has a different question or problem. I get everybody from I'm having a party for my 4-year-old to I want to copy something out of a movie, or I'm performing, or there's so many questions. So it's not a standard answer. I can't give you a standard answer. Some people want to just look pretty. Some people want to answer a question. I haven't gotten any productions out of PartyPOP. I've really gotten individual people who are in need of something. One man wanted to copy a Bill Murray movie and put himself in that costume and his children, and we did that for him. But a lot of times it's just wedding dresses or party dresses, stuff like that. Well, again, you want to get to know the person a little bit so that you know how they would be comfortable, what you're extending a piece of them, so that you're not going to put somebody who is an outdoorsy girl into some frilly little dress, and neither are you going to put some city girl into something with ruffles and country-ish. So you have to get to know your client no matter what, whether it's a costume or just a hang around the house dress. So those are important questions. All materials have a personality. And sometimes it jumps right out at you and says it's going to be what it's going to be. Not always, but you kind of hope so. And it is important that if you learn to be a technician, which I do as well, that you don't fight what something is trying to tell you. You can't make a fitted jacket out of sequins. You can't make a bathing suit out of cotton. There's certain things that are, just don't ever work right. And the fabric will tell you that. I have a workroom that is able to build just about anything that your little heart desires. I have shoemakers that work for me. I have milliners that work for me. I have makeup artists that come work for me, wig makers. In my shop, we don't do it right there, but they are an extension of the services that I offer. I can bring in makeup artists when we need them. I have a quick change artist that I work with for special effects, leather workers, all kinds of stuff. And these are the specialties that we use primarily in costume, not necessarily in fashion. A quick change is something primarily on stage. I use it a lot with magicians, but it is a change of one costume and or character into another in a short amount of time. So I have one guy that goes from being in a tailcoat to being in a fencing outfit and back into a tailcoat in 6 seconds. I have worked with Lance now for 20 some odd years. And we've built everything from little showgirl costumes for the ladies in his act to some very quick illusions, That one that takes 6 seconds is one of Lance's, and he's been awarded a great deal of acclamations and awards because of that act. And that one we worked with a quick change artist to get it down to exactly the quickness. So it's been really fun working with him as a magician. I also work with a comedy magic man named Matt King, who does a little sillier magic, so his clothes don't have the same kind of requirements that Lance does. Working with a new magician right now that is working on making doves appear and disappear. I've worked with showgirls, dancers, for Splash for a long time, and those girls, the dancers in something like Splash are really hardy dancers, so when you build costumes for them, they have to last. They have to endure 7 nights a week, 2 shows a night, and anything else they put themselves through. So I've gotten to work on a range of things, which I really enjoy. I haven't done a lot of film lately. I started out doing film, and now I do mostly live stage. I've built things for other designers, Majority Report and Spider King and a few other things where they have crowd scenes and they need some help. TV, we've done commercials and building stuff for other designers as well. Because I have the workshop, I can afford that to any designer that needs work done professionally. Well, years ago, we were the first to build the Target commercials that were very well known for having its little dots all over the clothes, which was a very exciting project. We had to have the fabric made so that all the little dots were in the right places, and then we had to make the clothes. Now, it's all CGI. So commercial business has waned quite a bit. They just don't do as much anymore. And they don't even use actors as much anymore, so commercials are down. Well, mostly the people that come to me already have an idea of what they think is a good event. So I just need to help them fill out the spaces in their theme. So they'll come to me and they'll say, I want to be Alice in Wonderland because the rest of it's going to be this and this. In fact, I have a wedding that I'm working on that's Alice in Wonderland. So we're going to be helping out with the costumes as to fill out the rest of it. So mostly they come already with a theme in mind. But we try to make it affordable and something dependable, you know, that they can use again and again. We did do a bat mitzvah where she was Willy Wonka. And they spent a lot of money on that one. But she was Willy Wonka, and they did a green screen so that she walked through the screen and was followed by candies and all this stuff. So that was kind of a fun project as well. Well, I mean, I think that one of the things you seem to be surprised about was the word construction. And that is something that people, a lot of neophytes or non-professionals don't understand. So they figure that whatever they want, they can get from us for the same price as going to Kmart, which is not exactly true. So the difference is now that many people in the olden days, and I'm talking 40, 50 years ago, custom clothing was not a big deal. You always had a dressmaker, at least for special events. You had a dressmaker that did this or tailored or whatever. Our new generation doesn't really understand that. It's very quick. Everything's got to be quick.